All right, so I'm not exactly a master puzzle maker, but I sat down and I started to put this puzzle together. We're at an Airbnb here. We're on vacation here in Paris, or in France. And I sat down to put together this puzzle because I randomly saw it and I'm like, when was the last time you put together a puzzle? Anyways, I sat down and as I'm putting this puzzle together, I keep thinking of all of the different scenarios in which this is just like running a business. It's so funny because the way that I sat down, the first thing I did was I went through all the pieces and I turned them over, right? So I knew what all the pieces were. Then I went through and I found all the edges because those are easy to identify, right? So I went for the easy win. And so many people overlook that when they're creating a business is they forget to not only go for the easy win, right? The stuff on the outside, the lowest hanging fruit, so to speak, but this is also the foundation for the rest of the puzzle. So I can start forming the rest of the puzzle based on this, because if you just tried to put it together based on all these random pieces, it would take you forever. And what's crazy is just 3 minutes before I got it to where it is now, I was missing like 4 pieces. And I'm like, I've gone through all of these other pieces. Maybe I'm missing an edge. And I thought, no, nobody would do that, right? You wouldn't put a puzzle back with a missing edge. So it's funny because when I knew what I was looking for, it was easy to find it. So before I went through all these pieces and I couldn't find all the edges. Then I got it finally done, a couple of these little pieces. And I was like, I need a yellow piece. As soon as I looked into this jumble of all of these pieces, I saw the yellow piece. And I instantly thought, oh man, that is just like how it goes in business. It's like you start to build a foundation for your business and you're just missing a piece. And sometimes you don't know what it is. And that's what makes it so hard to find. It can be right in front of you, but as soon as you know what to look for, it's incredibly easy. And that's what I love so much about what we're doing right now with Chatmatic, our Pro Academy, our Agency Accelerator. What I love about it is I've already put together the foundation for the puzzle. Right? All of this is already put together. We've already got all the pieces outlined. And what I do for you on top of that is what you see me doing over here. So again, I'm not a master puzzler, but what I found is as you're looking through all the pieces, you'll notice a lot of similarities. So I started to jumble those together. So this looks like it's going to be a hot air balloon over here. This is a sun. So I went ahead and put this together. There's like a little grassy area. So we already do a little bit of this for you. Now, here's the easiest way to actually get things rolling with something like Messenger or something where you're trying to build your own business. The next logical step for me is, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, it's pieces like this. And if you look at this little piece, you'll notice that on the edge, it's got 2 very obvious colors. And those colors are what makes up the outside barrier. So I know this piece is connected to the outside. So again, this is my next most logical piece. There's pieces like this. Same one here, same one here. So I'll start to build on these. So this is what's crazy. I see so many people who are trying to build their business not looking for the clues and not trying to work with somebody who's already built the frame of that business. So what's going to happen is you're going to spend a lot of time looking for individual pieces, but you're not going to be looking at the whole picture. You're not going to be looking at the whole thing, right? Another thing that helps you when you're building puzzles is to look at the actual outline of what the puzzle is supposed to look like, so you can actually put it up. And I've seen people do this. I think my grandma used to do this. So you put it up to where you can actually see what's where. And now you're saying, okay, so here's the hot air balloon and I see where it is on here and it's going to be right in this area, so I know where I can start building it. So it's crazy to me as I'm building this to see how many similarities there are between running a business, starting a business, and putting together this puzzle. And it's crazy to me because naturally I went the direction of finding the corners, and I haven't put together a puzzle in probably,
it's been 84 years,
which is just crazy to even say that, but I haven't put together a puzzle in forever, but it just naturally came to me to say, okay, what's the easiest way to get started? Well, the edges. Okay, what's the easiest way to do the edges? And I found the corners, and then I found, the pieces that match otherwise. You've got to look for clues. And if you're trying to build a business, you need to work with people that have already put together the clues, got the outline of the business, and have already solved this puzzle for themselves, but have the ability to give you a completed outline and a picture of what the end result is going to be. And they need to be able to give you all of the pieces that you're going to need face up. And they're going to have to hopefully sort them for you so you know where to go when you need a certain piece. Do you see how it all comes together? So if you're not working with somebody, or you're not working in a program where it feels like you're putting together a puzzle and all you have to do is spend just a little bit of time throwing some pieces together, trying some things, right? So we've got a yellow and a red here. You've got to try some things, see which one ends up making the most sense. And this is the way that it's going to go right here. Bingo, right there. So all you have to do when you're in a working program that's actually supposed to help you is you just need to be able to go through and trial and error your way, not have to figure out which pieces are what and where the corners are and edges and all this. And that's what I try to do in Chatmatic and especially in our Pro Academy, because that's ultimately what's going to make it the easiest for somebody else to put this puzzle together. And that's what a business is a lot of times, right? It's a puzzle. All the pieces are here. You've got to know all the pieces are here, but a business is like putting together a 20,000 piece puzzle. This is only 200 and I've already been on it for about half an hour, but I'll get there. But that's why I get so hyped up about what we're doing with Chatmatic and Chatmatic Pro Academy, because I can give people a finished outline. And that, my friends, is the key to being able to make your business easier to run and quicker to get off the ground. Because if you walked into a puzzle that was already put together like this, it'd feel pretty nice. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out there.